this week I am talking to Theresa. She's an esthetician here at Balance's location in Shandon, South Carolina. I'm Carrie Cronin, your host with 8 Furlong Consulting. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer. And today we are going to be talking about all things microneedling. And I am scared to death to do microneedling. So Theresa, tell me a little bit about why somebody shouldn't be scared to do microneedling.
It is absolutely one of the best treatments for your skin overall. It creates collagen, it generates more elasticity in your skin. If it's done correctly, it's minimal bleeding, minimal downtime. We do numb your skin, so it is virtually painless. You'll feel a little pressure, but not anything aggressive that's going to cause you to have concern.
Well, that makes me feel better because I've always been afraid that my face would be covered in blood, like you would see on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or something crazy. So that's the reason I myself have been hesitant to do it. Also, is there a long recovery period with microneedling?
There's not a long recovery period. We like to tell our clients that you have about 36 to 48 hour social downtime, meaning you're going to be pink, red, a little tightness, a little dryness, but really downtime, there's none. You're going to be pink and look a little windburned, and that's about it. Some areas may react a little stronger than others, but it's still not really anything that you can't tolerate. Now, if you're in the social setting where you're the face of the company or something like that, you may want to give yourself a 48-hour downtime, but it's really not any physical downtime.
Perfect. Well, that's good to know too. And how often should somebody do microneedling?
So I like to recommend a patient that comes in that has some skin issues or wants to address, some different things, like if they've got some skin elastin issues, scarring from acne, just overall sun damage. I always say if you can start out with 3 treatments, you're going to do them about every 8 to 12 weeks apart. Then after that, if you just do it once a year, you're way ahead of the game.
Wow. So just after that, just once a year. Okay. I thought it was something I was going to have to do like a lot more than that.
There's really not. Yeah, there's really not. So between times, sometimes I do them closer. It just depends on the client and how aggressive they want to be. Once you have the microneedling treatment, you continue to heal, and this new adjusted growth time that you have, generating new collagen and the elastin and everything else that's going on in your skin, it can continue to heal for 6 to 8 weeks. So, if you give yourself enough time, 6, 8 weeks, 12 weeks at tops, do another treatment, you kind of really address your issues. You're going to see some improvement after your first treatment. Your second treatment, you're going to have a lot of change. By your third treatment, you're going to be like, I want to do this. I want to keep up with it. Some people like to do it before summer starts and then after summer is over. So twice a year, maybe once every 6 months. But recommended once you get a good base started with the microneedling, I think once a year is enough.
Okay. And what are real expectations? Like, am I going to age backwards? I'm going to look like 25 all over again?
So as much as we like to think we are the miracle spot to be, it's a process. I'm not going to say you're going to age backwards, but you're going to start all over with a new canvas. You're going to have different issues, not issues, but you're going to have different things that are going to come to surface. So you may have some breakout. You may have some settling in to do. You may have had some blackheads that may have potentially been a little hidden from some old skin cells and things that are sitting on top of it. It's going to bring those to the surface. So sometimes you're going to feel like you're looking a little worse before you look a lot better. Just kind of the name of the game. It's just like using a new product. It's going to bring out some other things in your skin. But I forgot what you asked me.
Real expectations.
Real expectations, it does address overall skin texture. It does address fine lines. It's really good for resurfacing. Your skin's going to peel. New skin's going to come to the surface. you're going to have this nice pink glow to your skin. So a skin that looks very dull and canvasy is going to look shiny and bright. So puts a whole new canvas is the best way I can describe it.
Well, yeah, you can start fresh again. So all those things that maybe you didn't realize were buried underneath your skin, you know, things that, like you said, blackheads or a little bit of breakout and things like that,
Yes.
you know, that were buried underneath there. We're just bringing all that to the surface because you're
That's
opening
correct.
up the pores of the face. So you're bringing everything out. And then as they contract back, you're going to have that nice glow.
Yes.
Right.
It's a good treatment for anybody, all types of skin. There's no limitations to what you can do. Someone that might be on blood thinners that's a little afraid to do something like that because there is some bloodborne pathogens that could be, you know, open.
Right.
It's not, we're not going to, you know, microneedle you and force you to bleed. It's very small, minimum pinpoint bleeding. And to some degree, no blood at all. You're just going to be really pink and red when you leave. We also offer PRP with it, which is where we draw your blood, we spin it down, we take the platelet-rich plasma out of your blood, and we microneedle, and then we massage and press your own platelet back into your skin.
That's something I've always been interested in too. Like, you know, how do you do that? So kind of like if you were doing like almost like fresh frozen plasma, almost like that you're putting that back onto the skin.
Yes, and so sometimes if it's hard for them to understand what I'm saying, I always say it's like putting your own Miracle Grow back on your skin. You know, it does promote quicker healing. It does promote faster, you know, collagen generating underneath the skin. So it's very healthy, and it's good. You know, somebody that's getting up into the age, we might want to add a little bit. A little something else to it. You know, we have a lot of different products that we can add to really promote the healing in the process.
I'm all about all the anti-aging stuff I can get. So for sure. Is there anyone that couldn't do this? Any candidate that you wouldn't recommend a microneedling to?
I do not recommend anybody that has active acne problems.
Okay.
Because we don't want to spread the sebum onto the skin and maybe cause potential breakout in other areas. So if you're actively
so no teenagers should get this done that
well,
have
actually,
active,
I have
or
done
adults.
some. I have done some teenagers, but we try to do a few things prior to try and dry the acne up, so that you know, we can get them to a situation where they are capable of having microneedling done, because it's really, really good for acne scarring and stuff like that. Because a lot of times they lose, you know, they're losing some of that plumpness in their skin, and so this is a really good way to get back to that healthy skin area. So it is a good treatment for a younger client, you know, but we have to get them to a place where they are capable of getting treatment. You know, and with that comes then some facials and maybe some home care. You know, we'll put you on a plan or on a program to get you to where you can be microneedled.
That's perfect. And men and women can both take advantage of this, right?
Absolutely. We have quite a few male clients that have had this done and have left some really good reviews, because it's not real manly, you know, so they think, but yes, they're very happy with it. We also microneedle people that are have some hair loss in areas. We can, you know, microneedle those areas and put the PRP in there to help with hair growth, and we have some other serums that can go with it to help generate some hair growth.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much
You're
for all
so
of this
welcome.
information. And how can people schedule with you to get their microneedling done?
So we are on several different platforms. We have Instagram and we have Facebook. We're in a Vigaro app, or they can call the office at 803-205-4010, and I'll be happy to make an appointment for you.
Thank you so much for your time today, Theresa, and the knowledge that you have and the experience and educating me and everybody else on microneedling. It was great. We'll see you all soon.